My name is Ariel. I'm a musician and a fashion designer. Sewing and designing my own clothes is one of my greatest passions. I'm going to be showing you how to make projects that are relevant, that you can use and wear every day. An infinity scarf is such an awesome accessory. I can make them in under 30 minutes, and so can you, and it really brings new life to any old outfit. So I'm going to start out with a fabric that I really love, and you can look for like a knit jersey or a sheer rayon, a polyester, something like that. And I'm also going to need my scissors, straight pins, and my thread. I'm going to want my fabric to be about 60 inches long by 25 inches wide. So a lot of fabric actually already comes 60 inches on the bolt. If you got that kind of fabric, you get to skip that step of cutting it down. I'm going to fold it in half pretty to pretty so the right sides are facing together. So now I'm just going to take my straight pins and start pinning this right near that raw edge. And I'm putting my pins about every 6 or 7 inches. And if you're just beginning and you want to make sure everything's perfect, you could put your pins even closer together. I'm going to put my pins in perpendicular to the edge of the fabric here. That way it's safe for my sewing machine, or if you're hand sewing, it's not going to get in the way either. So I'm all the way at the end, and I'm going to go ahead and sew this. So I'm just going to start by sewing forward a little bit, stopping my machine and sewing backwards, and then starting coming forward again. That's called a back stitch, and it's a great way to secure your thread. And just go all the way down, giving about a ½ an inch seam allowance. But I'm going to go nice and slow here, and just remove my pins as I go. You don't want to sew over a pin. This is a great project if you want to practice just using your machine, just kind of basic straight stitches, because it's nothing too complicated. And so I'm going to go all the way to the end, and then just like at the beginning, I'm going to back stitch again. So now you can see I've got this nice long tube. This is the beginning of my scarf. And now this part you have to pay very close attention to. You're just going to put your hand all the way through, just like this. I'm going to get the other end, so I'm wearing it kind of like that right now. And I'm going to pull it, but I'm not going to pull it all the way through. Just halfway through like that. And now line them up right there. See that? I've got my right sides together, facing each other. I'm going to line up my seam, and I've got half of my original tube size. So I'm going to take my pins and just go all the way around my tube, but I'm actually going to stop right here. And that's going to leave me the opening that I need to turn this thing back right side up. So I'm going to see my pretty fabric instead. So I'll just go ahead and put 2 pins in, and that'll be a great reminder for me to stop sewing right there. So here I'm going to actually start where my seams line up, and just like before, back stitch, and then keep moving forward. I'm just going to go all the way sewing around until I get to those double pins that I did earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and back stitch right here so you can see I didn't go all the way through. Here's my little opening. So now I'm going to reach inside and just pull all my fabric out through this little opening that I left. Just grab some fabric and kind of feed it through that little hole. Oh my gosh. Almost looks like a finished scarf. Now I'm going to need to close up this opening. So I'm just going to take a needle and thread, and I'm going to do something really cool called an invisible stitch. I'm folding the edges in a little bit, and that's going to allow me to hide my knot. And now I'm going to go down, sideways, up, sideways, down, sideways, up, sideways, just under the fabric, just like that. And my goal here is going to be to try to kind of hide my stitches as I go. Now that I've got that hole all the way closed, I'm going to tie my thread in a double knot to secure that. And now I've got it, and this is my secret tool into turning any kind of boring, kind of average outfit into something much more interesting. And my favorite part is the million ways that you can wear it.